Hey everyone, today we're going to be discussing This Holy Day by me, Jill Deville. It's one of my latest books, the latest one in 2025 actually, This Holy Day. It's going over all the different holidays, and now that we have covered New Year's and Mardi Gras, we are going to focus on Chapter 2, Valentine's Day. Yes, we did skip over it because this year they're together, and I wanted to educate people in the spirit on what you see in these king cakes for. And now we're going to attack all this Valentine's stuff, and not in the way you think we will. We don't attack things with judgment, we attack things with love. Valentine's Day is supposed to be the very thing God uses to express love throughout the whole entire world. It's the day people stop and celebrate the heart, love, but it can easily become out of a grudging heart, a necessity, obligation, or lust. Those are not of God. And in order to distinguish between the two of them, I have wrote this book to help with that, to help with understanding that we want to be loved every day first and foremost, but love should never look like lust or obligation or necessity or grudging at all. And if you're feeling that pressure of it, feeling like I have to buy something on this day because it's Valentine's Day, or feeling like if your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or girlfriend is not buying you something on that day, it doesn't mean that they don't love you. Sometimes they're working, sometimes they can't, sometimes it just financially doesn't make sense, but it doesn't mean there's not another way to willingly want to express love. And love is a whole different story. So I pray that this chapter will help you in that, to just distinguish what love truly is, and to never feel like you have to do something out of obligation or with a grudging heart. And most of all, do not make your spouse or your date at the time feel like they're just some sex symbol to you, out of lust. Love is completely different, and it'll bring that intimacy to a whole different level, much grander than any lust could ever do. So let's jump into Love Covers All. It's focused on our Valentine's chapter. It starts out by saying 1 Corinthians 16:14. It says, "Let everything you do be done in love, motivated and inspired by God's love for us." A lot of people can't express love to someone else because they don't know how to love God. They don't know how to accept the love of God, and they dang sure don't know how to love themselves. And the first commandment God had said whenever he rose from the dead was to love. It doesn't eliminate all the 10 commandments. It's just covering and sealing all of it. If it's not done in love, then it's not done in Jesus. Valentine's Day. Who wants to be obligated to show their love on this day? Who feels unloved or unseen if they do not receive anything on this day? How can this day be in honor of the Lord? It makes people feel lustful, it makes people feel great, it makes people feel loved, it makes people feel alone. And how can everyone feel the love on this day no matter what? First things first, 1 Corinthians 16:14 says it best. Thank you, Paul, for sharing what God informed you of. How can we express God's love if we do not know his love? It's almost impossible. It's impossible. Maybe we have not witnessed his love. Maybe we have never felt his love or knew what his love felt like. You know, a lot of times we think something is a curse or an attack, but it's actually his love. That could look like a friend rejecting you or acting crazy. That could be a person you're dating being distant. You know, sometimes God will give you the warning signs, and when you don't obey the warning signs, then he goes to them and tries to get them away from you. So he will go to anyone that will listen to him to protect you, because he sees your future, he knows your plans. And sometimes we don't like that because we're used to the comfort, or there's a holiday coming up or an event coming up, or you don't want to look silly because you put all this time into that person. Just be set free in the name of Jesus if they're not supposed to be with you, and let God heal you from it and put you with the person that you're supposed to be with. Paul shared with us to let everything you do be done in love. Then the Amplified version expressed that means to be motivated and inspired by God's love for us. We should be able to use what God's done for us to know what love is and how to show love. Sounds a lot like what we learned in chapter 1 about Jesus, right? Anyone that joined us for chapter 1, if not, you can go get This Holy Day by Jill Deville and we can dig in there together. Why does it matter if you do something that seems to be incorrect, if it is done in love? Now do not get that twisted. God knows your heart. He also has given you the gift of common sense. A lot of times we're like, I want to get this for my spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend because we love them, or we think we know what love is, or we think we got to get it that day, or they'll be mad at us or upset with us or hurt by us. That is not truly love. Love is saying, I want to do this. I'm motivated to do this. I'm excited to think about something that will truly let the person I love be seen and know that I thought of them that day. That's how you take a day of obligation and turn it into not an obligation, basically. You're saying, okay, what can I get? It could be something as simple as a pack of candy that you had on your first date, or a candy that you mentioned that you liked a long time ago. It can be going to a certain place together. It could be just talking. It could be anything that God puts on your heart, because you have true love, and that true love will shine through with the intention that's needed. And if the person doesn't appreciate that love because they was expecting it to look like something else, then listen to the Lord and let the Lord guide you on this, because do they have that love? What if Valentine's Day was the day, the week, or the month before Valentine's Day, or even after, and not just for the discounts? Ha! For some, it is because of the way they work. For some, it is because they want to be spontaneous and show love on a normal day and not out of obligation, while some are cheap and thoughtless. We cannot leave them out. Then there is the religious saying, I am not celebrating this holiday because you know I love you, and this is a pagan holiday. We like to throw that one at the ditch whenever we want to use it to not spend money, right? Or show someone the same affection that they deserve. Stop using things of the world. If you are of the Spirit, then it's not a pagan holiday for you. If you are of the Spirit, it's not the way the world celebrates it. It's just like Christmas or any other day. You don't want to take these days that some people finally celebrate the Lord on. And Valentine's Day should be another one, because love was the biggest commandment. Love is the most important thing to Jesus. It's the most important thing. So why not use it to express a light for him that says, here I am, here Jesus is, and we love you. We have to use every single outlet we have to reach people. And if you don't, you're missing out. You're missing out with judgment, and you're missing out with tradition, and you're missing out with obligation and bondage and all these things, when love covers all. Jesus was very clear, love covers all. So if it's done in love, then it will reach someone, somehow, some way. Well, let me shine a light on how the Lord can become your tradition. Why not change this holiday into a holy day that represents love? Your love for God, your love for others, your love over all. God is all about love, and if love is not in something, you will know it. Love is not to be traded for lust or control. It simply is not worth replacing. Love is the gift from God. Do not let anyone or yourself water down love. Maybe you truly do not know what love is, especially God's love. You will find that the love of God is well known in John 3:16. I pray that you can get this book this holy day and change your tradition for Valentine's Day, because love truly covers all. Be that love and understand what that